Dr. Bowen highlights the language used in Genesis 6:14 to show that the writer used stories like the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Atrahasis to write the biblical account. He explains how Moses uses the Hebrew word kopher instead of zapet for the word pitch in Genesis 6:14. He highlights how this supports the idea that Moses used the ancient flood stories to write the biblical account because kopher is a somewhat cognate for the Akkadian word kupru. A few things here are misleading. First, keep in mind that Akkadian and Hebrew are related languages, so cognates between related languages are normal. Now, if I write "I like history" in English and the Spanish cognate is historia, that does not mean that I'm using a Spanish text to write it. Secondly, Moses is writing in Hebrew, not Akkadian. Kopher is a Hebrew word, regardless if it has a cognate. Thirdly, Dr. Bowen points to another Hebrew word that Moses could have used for pitch, zapet. This word strictly refers to pitch or asphalt. Now, kopher has a more broader meaning. Kopher means a ransom or bribe, pitch as a covering, the henna plant, and a village. Moreover, kopher is not only used in the flood narrative. Dr. Bowen states that the word kopher as pitch is only used in the flood narrative, but kopher is used in many other contexts as well. For example, it is used 8 times as ransom, such as in Exodus 21 and 30 and Exodus 30 and 12. It's used twice as sanctification, bribe, and campfire, and once for pitch, the sum of money, and a village. So Moses' use of kopher was not strictly in the flood account, which shows that he was not depending on other flood stories. Lastly, and I think ultimately, the use of one Akkadian cognate in the flood story is in a related language is insignificant to support this claim proposed by Dr. Joshua Bowen.